Hi, I'm Lenny, and in this video I'm going to talk about the 10-part Michael Jordan / Chicago Bulls documentary titled The Last Dance. This just finished up on ESPN, and I believe that it is going to be streaming soon on Netflix. Before the start of the 1997-98 basketball season, Chicago Bulls head coach Phil Jackson was brought in to speak to the managers and to ownership, especially Jerry Krause, where Phil Jackson was informed that regardless of what his record would be at the end of the year, this would be his last season as the coach of the Chicago Bulls. They were not going to renew his contract. This was it. So it was actually Phil Jackson himself that came up with the title, The Last Dance. At the very beginning of the basketball season, Phil Jackson already had a playbook built up, and the title of the playbook was titled The Last Dance. It focuses on their last title run during the 97-98 basketball season when they were going for their second three-peat. There are 10 episodes. Each episode is about an hour. Each of the 10 episodes focuses on a different topic, and the documentary is told in a non-linear style. Even though the documentary's title suggests that it's focusing on the 97-98 final championship run, it is telling the story of everything from the very beginning of Michael Jordan's career and all of those that either coached Jordan, played as a teammate with Jordan, or was a rivalry to Jordan, gets a spotlight in this docuseries. Episode 1 focuses on Michael getting drafted by the Chicago Bulls, his early days with Chicago, his injury that kept him out for a whole season when he broke his foot, and his early career with Chicago Bulls coach Doug Collins. Episode 2 talks about Scottie Pippen and his humble beginnings, small country, rural town, large family, him going to a very small school but getting drafted, and him becoming the best wingman that Michael Jordan could ever have. Episode 3 focuses on Dennis Rodman, his Detroit Piston days when they were the bad boys, how they gave the Chicago Bulls a lot of trouble when they won in 88 and 89. They were a hurdle that the Chicago Bulls would have to get over. The episode also focuses on what Dennis Rodman added to the Chicago Bulls when he came to the team with Michael and Pippen already in place. Episode 4 focuses on Phil Jackson, the legendary coach, about his transition to head coach, his implementation of the triangle, and his Zen-like practices and beliefs, how he handled certain players like Dennis Rodman, how he handled the pressure of perfection, and being the coach of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Episode 5 focuses on the Dream Team. The 1992 Summer Olympics in Barcelona was the implementation of the Dream Team, the first year that professional basketball players were able to go and represent the USA, because we were getting our asses spanked when we would be sending our collegiate players over to represent the country. So it was time to show them what America had, and we had the greatest basketball player in the world at that time, and we had the second best basketball player in the world at that time on our Dream Team. We had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. The rise of basketball in other countries and how Michael played such a large part in basketball becoming an international game. Episode also focuses on deal with Nike and how that almost didn't happen, the invention and introduction of Air Jordans, his Gatorade theme song, like everyone wanted to be like Mike. Episode 6 focuses on what happens when you are held up on a pedestal, when you are idolized and people build you up, build you up, build you up. Eventually what's going to happen next is people are going to want the opportunity and to look for anything to knock you down. People love an underdog, but when you're no longer the underdog, people cannot stand someone as constantly winning. This episode focuses on a book that was written about Michael Jordan's supposed gambling addiction, and it also talks about the scrutiny that the media gave him and the constant media attention, the constant blitz to be interviewed, to be followed non-stop. Episode 7 focuses on the death of Michael Jordan's father, James Jordan, Michael's decision to retire, and Michael's decision to pursue what was his first love as a child, the game of baseball. Episode 8 is about the return of the one and only Air Jordan, announcing that he was coming out of retirement with these words, "I'm back," and it focuses on the 1995 season of Michael Jordan, him coming back, him not being exactly in basketball shape, but in baseball shape, how that season re-energized his love and his desire at a competitive level to be at the top and bring Chicago back up to the glory days. Episode number 9 focuses on Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr, who is a great team addition to Chicago, very reminiscent of John Paxson during the very first three-peat of the Chicago Bulls, and Horace Grant and Bill Cartwright. You need these great team players, and you learn a great deal about Steve that I know I didn't know before. The man has an amazing story and a heartbreaking story, and it focuses on him earning the respect of Michael Jordan and the trust of Michael. Along with that episode, it also focuses on the Chicago Bulls games against the Indiana Pacers and Reggie Miller, their first finals match against the Utah Jazz. Episode 10 focuses on the last run, the final title run of the Chicago Bulls, going to win their 6th NBA title, going to win their second three-peat in a row. It wasn't going to be easy. They were going to have to face the foe from last year, who actually got better in terms of team, and that was the Utah Jazz. So many people are spoken to during this documentary, and the span of time that it encompasses, very behind the scenes, and it gives you a different look at the man. We all know of the god-like legend of Michael Jordan, but to see him behind the scenes, truly behind the scenes, not in front of the media, not doing an interview at the podium, not doing a commercial, but where there's no other camera access allowed, to see him behind the scenes and to see him be humanized, which sounds weird because yes, he's a human, but to see this man that I personally held on a pedestal and still do, and see these human moments with rating this documentary on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the absolute best score I could give it, I would give The Last Dance a 10. Easily a 10, easily one of the best documentaries I have ever seen. We have now come to the interactive part of the video. If you enjoyed this video and you think it's worthy of a thumbs up, please feel free to do so. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see other videos like it, all you have to do is hit the YouTube logo down in the corner, and you'll get a notification anytime I upload a new video to the channel. As always, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to talk about these things that I'm passionate about. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please be safe, be careful, and I'll talk to you soon.